everyone, it's Leanne here with Diamonds and Doxies, and I hope that I've come to you at a good time. I hope everything's going well in your life. We're going to do a whip and chat today, but first I want to show you that I bought some more of these small containers from Diamond Art Club that go with their storage system set. So I want to put these in here because I don't really need these. These are, wait, these here are mediums. Yeah, I've already taken out the largest. So honestly, I think just a thing of smalls is all you really need. I know a lot of people use the Elizabeth Ward's, the extra smalls, but I actually like the way these work better. I wish I'd have put that one over there, but I learned after that one to put them over here because then you don't have to worry about it sticking to your container. Oh my gosh, why is it just me or does everybody else have problems opening up this kind of stuff? It's like, it shouldn't be that difficult, right? So anyway, so yeah, these here are the mediums. So let's see here. I think we get 3 in here. Oops, upside down. Upside down up there too. My goodness. Come on. Take that out. So let's see. Okay. I think I can take these 2 out. See, these 2, I believe you can get 3 of the smaller ones. And honestly, so this here is a medium, and this has 3 bags of drills in it from ArtDot. So, yeah. So anyway, put that one in there. So now you got a lot more storage, and I don't know, you could use these for your spares or something. Or, you know, in case you are doing like a big project and it has several, you know, 10 bags of 310 or something, you might need a large. So anyway, there's that. Let's toss that. And the way I've been doing this kit is I have been, well, let's see here, put this right here. I have been just kitting up as I go. So I use these. Now I'm on my second section, so I may have some that I already have put in here. So that'll be fine too. All right, let me pull this back. First of all, let me make sure that we're in focus. Not very much. Let's see, maybe if I do it like that. Leave this down a little bit, maybe. Okay. Well, let's see. I want to be able to be comfortable in my space, so hold on. I don't want you to be cattywampus. Okay, let's see. That should be plenty. I feel like now you're cattywampus. Okay. I think that will do it. I might stop here in a little bit and check again, but anyway. So I use release papers. You can use washi tape if you want. I've tried several times and I like the way it looks, but I can never cut the paper correctly. I got the tool to do it and everything. It's just, I don't know, I don't do it right. These papers are from B's Crafty Corner. These are the thick ones, and they are thick. I mean, they'll feel like 2, but they're 1. So they're thick, and this is the matte. I'm more of a matte than shiny. Didn't know that until, well, I had an option. But these are really thick. I don't know that you need them this thick, but in my mind, they'll last longer if they're this thick. So anyway, all right, let's put that right up there. Move this down a little bit. Alrighty, and let's see which ones I want to get going with. In case you're not familiar, this is one of a set of 12 from ArtDot. This one is Rabbit and Daisy, and the original artwork is licensed by Zoe Lee, and all of the kits and all the paintings in there are. You can tell because it's copyrighted, so she is being compensated, and that means a lot to me. So the tray I'm using is just a Richard Lorenz tray that I got from Yellow Dog Designs. I don't know if you can see that. There's the, oh, that's a piece of putty on the back. Anyway, it's got this, I think it came with just a flat one, but I preferred this one. So that's a little stopper, and here's the lid. I like having the lid and the stopper because sometimes I get in, like I did last time when I didn't finish this one. I was saving it for later, but I got called away for something and didn't get back, and I just took the drills, put them in here, put the lid on, and set them aside. So I don't have small children or cats, so I can do that. I have dogs, but they can't get up here. Okay, which I'm sure you figured out because, well, doxies. Alrighty, so I think I'm gonna start with, and I have to look because it didn't come with a sticker sheet, which is fine. But so I do have to come over here and look for the DMC, and that is $6.99. It goes right here. I've been trying to put them in some sort of little order, but not really. I wonder if I can get this off. Hang on, I want to put it over here because I don't want it to leave residue on my container. So yeah, there we go. All right, let's see here. Okay, $6.99. Let's throw some of those in there. Don't need a lot. It's probably way too many. Here's the pen I am using. This is from Butterfly Effect Wares. I believe it was called Spring Garden. It's one of their more recent releases, and it is a mini, and not a micro mini, but a mini, and I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, let's get over here. I'm having a hard time with my shoulder. I am happy to report that I go to the physical therapist on Tuesday next week, so 1 week from today. I've never in my life been so happy to go to a physical therapist before. So usually I hate going to the physical therapist, but this time I'm like, please do something. You know, everybody says, I'm not sure. I'm going to tell you straight up something. I am not real clear on what is... I don't see any dirt on these drills. I don't. But the only reason I'm even having any kind of question on it, is because, oh, for the love of all that is holy, where is my, here it is. I'm having to change out this ArtDot putty frequently, and that has not been my experience before. So, and I mean, there's no obvious dirt on the drills. The drills are nice and shiny. They're not dull. I don't know why. I mean, I really do not know. That's not been a problem for me before. So now, having said that, this is my first ArtDot kit to work on. It's not my first ArtDot kit to purchase, but it is my first one to work on. All right, come on. There we go. So pinch some of that off there. I mean, the thing is it's not lasting me long at all. I mean, about what pink wax would, and that's why I quit using pink wax. And this is not anything new. This isn't a new formulated. This is one of my older ArtDot putties. So, yeah, I Can't say, well, it must be a new formulation. No, that's the original ArtDot putty that I bought. So I don't know. But let's get this off so we don't have any sticking. But I had the same problem with my glue dot. I was like, what is going on here? Nothing's lasting. The only thing, I mean, is I'm just working on a different type of canvas than I'm used to. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. If you have done one of these kits, or heck, any kit from ArtDot, let me know if that was a problem for you, because, you know, I've been so used to using this putty and glue dots for a very long time now, and this has not been an issue for me before. Although I did once get a kit that it was not ArtDot, and the drills were filthy. I mean, dusty and all of that, and that did make, you know, make it where I had to change out more often. Well, actually, I just ended up giving up, throwing the whole thing away, because that's just, I don't know. I don't have time for anything to frustrate me. I don't want anything to, I already have real life things that I have to deal with that are frustrating. I ain't dealing with some inanimate object to make me frustrated. So, I just threw it away. But this is different. These drills are not, they're not dusty. They don't look dusty. They don't leave any residue behind in my tray. They're shiny. So I'm not real sure what's going on. But I will tell you, still love this kit. Absolutely. I'm so ready for them to come out with some more. I know someone said they were going to be coming out with pro sizes, which I don't care about that, because I just really think it's not really advanced. It's just, they're just bigger, you know. And I don't necessarily want that. I like this size. It's a, you know, my favorite parts of diamond painting are the beginning and the end. So these smaller kits tick those boxes. Not that I don't like larger diamond paintings. I have done them. But, you know, I feel like I'm on a break from larger ones. And that's okay. Maybe I'll go back to larger ones. Maybe I won't. I know some people only like to work on larger ones. Well, I know you do get good bang for your buck. But bang for your buck to me is these, because for $39, you get 12. So, yeah. And licensed. I mean, yeah. You're probably like, we get it, Leanne. We know. You like it. I do. Because you know I don't like to buy anything that is not licensed. So, I don't know. Maybe this is just ArtDot's way of checking to see if there will be any interest in it before they, you know, come out with more, possibly more expensive, which I would totally understand if they did, because I don't know how much money they could possibly be making off of these. It doesn't say, so I don't know. Let's see if I can see on here. These kind of have, well, yeah, they do have dimples on the bottoms. And I don't remember what that means. I don't remember if that means they're acrylic or they're resin. So if you remember, sound off. Because I don't recall seeing it saying anywhere what they were. But they are nice quality. It's kind of hard to mess up rounds. You really don't get a lot of trash with rounds. Mostly you get little just pieces of extra, but nothing like squares. But then also, rounds do not have to be as perfect as squares. You do have a little bit of leeway. Although, this kit does not have, come on now, does not have dapping. So, but they all seem to be very uniform in size. Let me see if you can see. You can't see my tray. So hang on, let me move this down because I want you to be able to see my tray. Oh, I don't know why this is so difficult. Okay. Oh, sorry, y'all. Sorry. So sorry. That might help. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. So anyway, you see how nicely they line up in my tray. Very, very nice. Very nice. Very uniform. Very nice. Like I said, I don't even see any trash there at all. So, yeah. But anyway, that's going to be enough about that. How is everyone doing? I don't know if I already asked you that, so please let me know in the comments down below how you are doing. And I hope everyone is doing well. If you're having a bad day, I hope just hanging out with me will help it be a little brighter. And I hope that you will, you know, keep the faith and know that your success rate with bad days at handling them and overcoming them is 100%, and that you will overcome this too. And then if you're having a great day, because that's what life is, a bunch of good days and bad days, right, for the most part, well, good for you. I am glad. And I'd also like to know what makes it good. What's going on? So, I'm having a good day. Went and had lunch with Jacob. He's leaving, y'all, on Sunday. He is headed to Brazil for a mission trip. Of course, I'm worried about him, but I think he'll be fine. And, you know, he shared his flights with me because I have an app that I can track. So I'll get to see when he leaves, when his plane takes off, and when he lands, and if there's any delays or anything. So that's good. And I can see where his plane is in real time, which is even better. But now, I think once he gets over there, he's going to take like a little puddle jumper. I don't know if it's actually a puddle jumper, but you know, one of those little tiny planes to where he's actually going. So, y'all. So he's excited though. He's really looking forward to it. He does, you know, typical guy, you know, he does know that the other people from the church are gonna pick him up and they're gonna ride together because they're flying out of the big airport there in Houston. You know, he's flying at the very back of the plane, and I was like, well, you know, I could have, you know, upgraded his flight. I mean, but so he could sit at the front. But then I was gonna offer that to him today, and I was like, you know, I'm not going to, because I don't think he would take me up on it, first of all, for this reason, in that, you know, how would that make the other guys feel that he's flying with, you know? Yeah, so I decided just to leave that alone. So, and if ever he's flying just by himself or something, then I'll offer. But yeah, it looks like he's going to be flying on a 787 Dreamliner, and I'm so jealous. Of course, I don't know. There's probably something nicer than it now, but back when I was flying places, I never got to fly on one. Got to see them, but I never got to fly on one. Wanted to. So, I'm glad he's not having to drive to the airport. That's a long drive. And, yeah, It's so trafficky. So trafficky. So anyway, I'll tell you something that's going on, and it's a complete mystery. Maybe you can tell us if this has happened to one of you or someone you know. So Friday, I went to my dad's, and you know, for my weekly visit. And oh man, my shoulder. I got a text from Max, and he said, "A fan, thank you." And I was like, "A fan, thank you?" And he was like, "Yes, thank you so much for my fan. I appreciate it." Well, you know, he had been saying that he wanted a fan. He told me what kind of fan he liked. So I found one, and I said, "Okay, I'm going to get you this one." And I added it to my cart. He was like, no, don't worry about it. Just leave it alone. Don't worry about it. So I just left it in my cart, you know, never thinking anything else about it. So he gets this fan, and so I get home, and I'm like, what? You know, I'm thinking, oh, he ordered a fan, you know. And he was like, "No, I didn't order a fan." He goes, "You ordered me a fan." I was like, no, I didn't. I said, "You had to have ordered it." I said, "It doesn't even have my name on it." And it always, Amazon always has my name on it. So he was like, "Well, I didn't order it." So he goes back and looks at his order history, and it doesn't come up. I was like, "Well, I didn't order it." So I go back and look at my search history. Nope. My order history. Nope. It's still sitting in my cart, but no, you know, I did not order this. And so we really don't know. It was sent to our address. So, I don't know. It had, let's see, 3371. It had his initials, but that's not what his Amazon account, you know, when he gets something, it just has his name. It doesn't have his initials. Mine has my name, and that neither one of our names were on there, except, like I said, it was his initials. So I don't know. Don't know where it came from. It's just so bizarre that, oh, and we both checked our credit card bills, and nothing on there. Yep, nothing on there. So, yeah, it's a great big mystery. And so Jacob was looking, and he said, "Well, it sounds like it's," you know, he Googled it or whatever, "it's a brush scam, and people do that so they can get reviews." It was like, okay. You know, I've had that part happen to me before, but it was something stupid, you know, like face lotion. Not a $40 fan. I mean, that's going to cost that company a lot of money just to get reviews. So I even went and looked at the reviews, and none of them were in the time frame. None of them were from him. So I do not know. Yeah. So needless to say, you know, Max was like, "Should I send it back?" I said, "Hell no, it's our fan now." You know, plus he wanted to use it outside because it keeps the mosquitoes at bay. And I was like, "No, it's ours now." I said, "In fact, if it turns out it belonged to somebody else and we opened it," you know, I said, I was afraid I was going to go out there and see that it was the wrong address, you know. I was like, and if I saw that, I was going to go back and order one brand new because it had already been used, out of the box and used. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. That ever happened to y'all where it was something big like that? Something that you wanted, but you didn't order? Oy, oy, oy. All right. 3371. Now, what is the hot? 704. 4 right here. Sign 04. So yeah, that's been quite the mystery, although it's a great fan. So yeah. So bizarre, so bizarre. And then I'm expecting a package today from a company that I've ordered from before, but it's been since the kids were young. I used to order some Christmas presents. It's called Uncommon Goods. And you just find some unique things. And I honestly, I know what I bought. I know what I bought. I bought a Dachshund wood bowl, like for snacks or candy or something like that. And pretty sure I ordered 3 of them. One for me, one for my daughter, and one for my daughter-in-law. And I'd like to say that I'm going to save it for Christmas, but I'm not good at that, so nope, I won't be doing that. But anyway, I have to sign for it. And I'm like, what? Why do I have to sign for it? It's not like some super expensive item. It's not. So I don't know. I'm hoping that's just a misprint. But Max is downstairs, so if they ring the doorbell, he'll go, hopefully, and sign for me package. So I tell you something else I've gotten into, and I hope y'all can hear me okay. I know sometimes you can't, and I think it's because I talk lower up here. Well, the door's open, so I don't want to bother Max, but I don't think I'd bother him. Anyway, you know, I've hurt my, my shoulder's hurt. If you've been following me for any time at all, you know that I have a frozen shoulder, and I'm going to physical therapy next week for my first time. So yeah. Anyway, so I carried a traditional purse over my shoulder, and my sister had one of these that goes like a crossbody. I think that's what they're called, crossbodies. And so I was like, where did you get that? And she said, I got it off of Amazon. I said, well, send me the link. I'm ordering one. So I did. She did, and I did. But it was just a hair too small, because I was having a hard time fitting my stuff in there that I really do need to carry with me. So I kept it, but I found a bigger one, and I got it, and I like it. So that's what I've been using. Well, then I got these stupid Facebook ads. I guess they weren't, because I've bought stuff. It's called Portland leather. So like these here are not leather. I think they're fake leather. That's what I think, because they were like 20 bucks. So not very expensive, and not necessarily attractive either. So, but I am really to the point in my life that attractive is good if I can also get comfort out of it. But comfort comes first. So, but I did find, let's see, 905. I did find Portland leather, and they had a crossbody, and it's red leather. And so, yeah, it was a little more expensive. It was $100. Well, I got a discount, so I got it for $99, which still isn't terrible for a purse, but it's not that great either. But anyway, so I got that coming, and that I don't have to sign for. Go figure. But yeah, I hate when I have to sign for a package, which is weird, because even when I've bought iPhones and MacBooks and all of that, I don't have to sign for them. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the reasoning is behind me having to sign for 3 wooden bowls, but hey, what do I know, right? Y'all, I know. You're probably going, don't say it. Don't say it. Well, I really do like these kits. So there, I've said it again. I've said it again. And these are actually going to qualify me for, or this one for sure is going to qualify me for, well, you know what? All of them, because I think Zoe Lee is Asian. But for the Asian event, that, now I'm confused if it's Spark Leah diamonds. I always thought Leah was L-E-A-H, but he spells it L-E-A. And so to me, that's Lee. So, and it makes sense for me that it's Spark Lee diamonds. But I should send him a message and just point blank ask him, hey, what is your name? How do I pronounce it? And you know, his better half is Angel, and she spells, I mean, to me, Angel Lee is a name, but I don't know. So I'm sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. I guess just different areas spell things different. Wait, does that go there for real? Yeah, it does. It just fell there. Okay. Well, that works. So anyway, this will work in his Adam. Let's just go ahead and call him Adam. That's his name. Works in his, well, he's doing it with Eve as well. She doesn't have a YouTube channel, though. I would imagine at some point she will. I think so, because everybody loves Eve, right? But, oh, God, my shoulder, y'all. So frustrating, so frustrating. And the thing is I prop it here up on my desk because that's how I work. And then when I go to move it, it just hurts so bad, so bad. Anyway, it's hard to diamond paint because there's just no good place for my left arm. And I hold my tray with my left hand. So, yeah. So let's see, what else has been going on? Gonna go see my dad on Thursday. I got a thing from, if you live in the States, there's a place called Nothing Bunt Cakes. It's a play on the word, and they make bunt cakes. And that's B-U-N-D-T, bunt. And if you ever watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding, you know there's a little, always cracks me up. But anyway, they also do buntlets, so they're like little cakes, and they are doing, for a limited time, for like a week, they're doing a pineapple upside down cakes. And so that is my dad's favorite cake, is pineapple upside down. So I'm gonna go tomorrow to get them. I got a call to make sure, because they said it's till this date or they run out. And I'm like, please don't run out. Please don't. Because I would like to surprise first, and also because I didn't know they were limited time only. I had told them that I was bringing them a treat, a surprise. So now it's like, dang it. I don't want to bring them another surprise. That would have been a good surprise. All right, 3070. I do not have that one, so let's come over here. By the way, these are Forever Young brand, and I got them in something. I think I tried their storage one time, which I did. I actually have some storage containers. Don't like them. I only use them for my, whatchamacallits, my spares. I don't use them for anything else. Let's see, 3070 is 22 is the package number. 22, 18, 20, 21, 22. Oh, they're ABs. Okay. So, there's 2 of them. All right. Nope. Look at that. Look how similar. But these say 3078. Well, those both say 3078. I need 3070, so 20. Oh, no, no, no. That is 3078. Okay. I just couldn't read it very well. That looks like a 0, but I guess it's just not printed very well. So it is this. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's see here. Well, let's just see. Let's just see if these are the smalls. Let's see, these are the 2 little packages. Let's see, 3078. 3078. Put this right there. We'll see if we can't get all of these in. Okay. Now, I will tell you, let me tell you that after I get these in there. I don't eat my words. Okay, no, these are good. So I haven't been having issues with static until I go to put them in the containers, because these containers have not been used before. So I may have to get out the old, what do you call it? Static guard and Q-tip. That's okay. All right, some ABs. There we go. Sometimes ABs don't have a lot of static, so we'll see. But it's not the drills that are having static, it's the container. I'll go to put them in the container, and then they start jumping. So what I have to do is I rub some around on the container, and then, you know, if they still have some in the drills, then I will swish it about in the drills. But we're going to see. We're going to see if ABs have the same problem. So we shall see. 4. 4. And then 1s. Okay. I know some of you have bought this kit, and I'm curious if you did. Have you used it yet? Have you done anything yet? Uh-oh, see? They're falling off. I'm telling you, I'm not used to that with this ArtDot putty. Just not. Let's see. All right, let's try 4 again. I have a harder time when it's, hang on, let me see if you can still see if I do that. Yep, you can. Okay. I did a whip and chat once, and I wasn't in frame at all. And thankfully, someone mentioned it to me, because I would have never known. But thankfully, someone mentioned it to me, so now I make a conscious effort to make sure that I am in frame. Because I think I started out in frame, because I always check before I start filming. But then all it takes is for me, without thinking, just to move my canvas around. Got some putty. There we go. And then I'm out of I'll move that out of the way. I'm out of frame. So, and I normally don't watch, but I know a lot of people do. And I mean, when I first started diamond painting, I definitely watched to see how people did things. And get off of there. So how boring must it be to just sit there and listen to somebody and nothing changes, you know? It's got to be so boring. So, especially because, like, at night, I'll watch videos like wood turning and stuff like that, and you really don't need sound, so I just turn the sound down, and I'm just watching. I'm not listening. So can you imagine if, you know, it was wood turning, but there's nothing to watch? You know, I'd be like, okay, moving on along. So, I mean, you know, maybe, get on there. Maybe you are the type that likes to watch and not listen. So, oh, good. Jacob just sent me a text. He was going for a DEXA scan, and he's been on this fitness journey. and he wanted to measure, see what his body fat to muscle ratio was, which I'm gonna be surprised if they come back and see any body fat, to be honest with you. He has lost so much weight. In my opinion, he's lost too much weight, but you know, that is just my opinion, and it's not correct as far as he's concerned. So anyway, but he was getting this DEXA scan, and I said, well, have him look at your bones too, because, you know, we have osteoporosis. And he was like, well, yeah, but isn't that a woman's disease? I said, it's mostly women, but not all the time. And okay, so there you go. And you can see there's a little bit of static in there. So I'll probably have to put some, watch them, because you can see them sticking up there. But anyway, that's 2 bags, and it fits in the small just fine. Now, those weren't, you know, Diamond Art Club can fill up their bags, so it wasn't like that. Okay, now let's go to that little thing, which is 307, and that is number 2. 12, 18, 8, 1, 2. Okay. You know, it is kind of, I mean, when you've got a kit like this, you know, I mean, it does have 23 colors, but that's not very many. It's just so easy to kit up as you go. Especially when you don't have sticker sheets, you know. So otherwise, I'd have to be looking at these and putting these on, and, you know, that's just no point. I just do it as I go. So, and what did I say it was? 307. I'll go ahead and put this on now. I need to get in the habit of doing that, because I will throw the bag away and then I'll be like, oh no, what was it? So I guess I could go back and listen to my video. So I'm trying to think. I'm gonna have to look and see if I have any spares of 307, because that just doesn't ring a bell to me of using. But I mean, it's yellow, so I guess I have. After all these years of diamond painting, I say all these years, 3 years, almost 3 years of diamond painting. But 307 just doesn't sound very common to me, I should say. But it could also be the type of kits I normally do. Oh, those didn't line up very good. So, come over here and push them down a little bit. Alrighty, I don't see any more of those. So, I just hate working on these colors. I'm just trying to avoid them because I don't like them. They're so boring. But that's the bunny, and you know, I don't want a purple bunny, so just gonna have to deal with it. Alrighty, I'll just put 307 right there. Alright, let's try that one. That's number 8, which is 598, which is another one I haven't opened up yet. Number 8, here we go. So 598. This on here. Okay. Alrighty. This is one of my favorite colors. I'm all about the blues. I like green too. I like green too though. And red. I guess I like the primary colors. But I'm not a big brown fan. So. There's that. So y'all watching anything good on YouTube? So guess what, y'all? Guess what? If you didn't know, I mean, I am shocked. I am shocked. Mia is the one who told me, so I had to go watch immediately, and I was absolutely shocked that Lizette from Lizette Crafts and Tells, and you know she's OG, right? She's, I mean, I've been following her forever. She's my, first of all, she's so organized, right? So organized. I just love watching her videos. And well, she did a video of her top 80, I guess, YouTube creators. And y'all, she's been on, well, see there, okay, hang on, I'm gonna have to get this. She has been on my lives like twice, and both times, well, first time it was with Mia, and so I was like, oh, okay, you know, she came over because of Mia, but trust me, I'll take anything, you're right. I was like, oh my God, it's a celebrity, and I just love her. So, you know, as a new creator, when you see somebody that you've been following way before you became a creator, you know, and you've taken a lot of advice from, a lot of inspiration from, it is phenomenal when they show up in your feed, you know, I mean, not in your feed, in your lives and stuff. So I didn't even have a clue, I missed one, that she had, you know, I didn't know she was subscribed to me. I mean, come on, oh, I did not know. And, well, darn it now, oh, there it is. So anyway, she mentioned me, y'all. She mentioned me. Little old me. And I just, yeah, I mean, that's just one of those things. It's like, and I think I actually got some new subscribers. I mean, come on, y'all. That is just mind-blowing to me. It's awesome in so many ways. I mean, I already knew she was pretty awesome, which is why I followed her for so long, or follow her for so long. But I had no idea that, you know, she watched me. So, yeah. I personally think that is pretty darned amazing, and it's amazing of her. And what's funny is I'm like, yep, I follow them. Yep, I follow them. Yeah, so let's see, 3852, which is this one. Okay. So yeah, I'll link that video in the description in case you're looking for others to follow as well. Follow Lizette, of course. But she gives, I mean, of course, most of them, I'm trying to think, if there were some that I don't already follow, I don't remember. I do not remember. I think I follow all of them. So, yeah. But I just think that's pretty cool. And I was like, maybe I should do one too. And I was like, wait a minute. First of all, nobody, I mean, I don't have nowhere near the subscribers that she does. And I'm sure I would come up with the same ones that I'm sure all of you already watch. Because I'm just a little channel, little fish in a big sea. And I mean, occasionally Shay shows up, and I'm like, oh my God. It just blows my mind. Blows my mind, I tell ya. So anyway, I thought that was really cool. Totally was, I mean, never expecting that. And I wouldn't have been upset if she didn't mention me, you know? I would not. I would have been like, well, of course, why would she mention me? You know? But she is just such a cool person. She is such a cool person. This community is full of cool people. I know every once in a while, you know, you'll hear some, you know, some naysayers, or I don't know, there's drama somewhere or something, but I'm telling you, just focus on the good, because there is way more good than evil here. At least that's been my experience. Now I know, I do think the bigger you get, the more you might get people who are jealous maybe, but like I would never, I know Lizette would never be that way, or Shay, or you take like Katie or Lindsay, I mean, they're just doing their thing. I mean, honestly, I don't know about Lindsay, but like Katie, it's a job for her. I mean, she's turned it. Now, let me rephrase that. I don't expect that at all. She wanted it, intended for her first video to one day have, I'm sure she's got 40,000 viewers now, if not more, ever turn into that. But it did. So, and I think it does help her, with income. And I'm all for anybody, man. If you make money however, oh jeez. I don't begrudge anybody that. I don't say, well, because I have heard people say, well, so-and-so's a sellout, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, are you a sellout to the company you work for? Because, you do get paid, you do receive compensation. So does that make you a sellout or just someone who's trying to earn a living? And I will never begrudge someone who is trying to make an honest living. Ever. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're picking up trash. Just my hat's off to you. Absolutely. As long as you're not stealing or cheating, then hooray is what I say. Hip, hip, hooray. So anyway, but yeah. I mean, I do know that Diamonds and Washi, I'm sure, makes something, but I can also tell you she buys a lot. She buys a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff she buys not necessarily because she wants it, but because she wants to try a new shop and let viewers know. She wants to help the shop, and and she's bought it herself, so the shop hasn't paid her to say good things. And she something's not right. I mean, I remember one time I watched one of her reviews. This was a long time ago, and it was with the Diamond Art Club, and she was like, yeah, this isn't quite right. And she was like, I'm going to contact Diamond Art Club because they'll make it better. And they did. So she's not going to I mean, now, I've never heard her say, now I'm not saying she never has. I have not watched all of her videos. I don't think I could, but I've never heard her say, this company sucks. I know, honestly, she would never say that. But, it was horrible. It was terrible. No, she doesn't use those kinds of words to describe things to you. She uses her vocabulary and goes into, unlike me, because I'd be like, this was the worst experience of my life. I hated every minute of it. This company sucks, She doesn't do that, but she will let you know if something was a disappointment to her. And she'll also let you know, this was like I'm telling you, I love this kit. Do I wish it had a sticker sheet? Absolutely. Is that a deal breaker for me? No. Is it a deal breaker for you? Might be. So I'm going to tell you that it doesn't come with a sticker sheet. And that's kind of how she does it. So it's like, if it's a deal breaker for you, then at least you know. But it may not be. So, and we all diamond paint a little differently. Sorry if you hear me kind of cringe in my voice. It's because I'm having to move my shoulder. And this is what ends up causing me to just start aching uncontrollably, is moving my shoulder around, and I forget, while I'm over here dotting, I'm just like, I forget, and I move my shoulder or move the tray, or over there. So the other day, in the VIP group, I'm pretty sure it was there, somebody had asked if they were the only one who didn't care if their drills were straight. And of course they're not the only one. None of us are the only one, really, are we? Probably not. But and I got me to thinking, and it was like, yeah, I mean, I know there are people who don't care if the drills are straight. They just put them on there, and from a distance you can't tell. But it does matter to me. Isn't that weird? It does matter to me. I do. Now, I do my best to get them straight. And if they're not straight, I don't go, oh my God, and go back and remove things and try to redo it. I don't do that. But I do want them as straight as possible. So I do focus more on setting them down. And that's also why I like using a multi-placer, because it makes it easier to get them straight, in my experience. Yes, you can use tweezers, and yes, those do work as well, but I just don't have the patience for that. I do not like to single place if I can multi-place. Just don't like it, especially with color blocking. If I had to, single place, I mean, I've heard people say that's, to get my drill straight, I single place all the blocking. And I'm like, dude, that's a lot of blocking. No, I'm talking like background is just nothing but blocking. No, that would drive me crazy. But I totally get it. It doesn't drive everybody crazy. So maybe I'm just already crazy and it just makes it worse. This is really irritating me. Really, really, really irritating me. But yeah, I do like to get as close as possible. And really, I think a lot of that is, well, I think you might actually already be talented in that way. And if you're not talented, it just takes practice. That's all. Because I remember the first time I tried multi-placing, I was like, yeah, no. That was the biggest mess you ever did see. And I was like, yeah, that's not happening anymore. So I did the checkerboard for a long time. In fact, I did it until Diamond Art Club came out with these multi-placers. And then I was like, okay, I am getting them. And to me, if anybody can multi-place with those, to me. When I first got them, because I had been using, because Katie used to recommend these other ones from AliExpress, and I had gotten me some, but I could only use a 4. And so whenever I ordered the Diamond Art Clubs, I got the 4, and I was like, oh, this is too easy. So then I got the 6, and then I was like, nope, I still need more. So I got the 8, and I was like, okay, 8 works. So I thought I would try the, I don't know, like the 10 and the 12, I think. The 12, I think. Too big. I was like, nope. Now, I haven't tried it since, but I'm like, no, the 8 works just fine for me. And because sometimes you can get 9 on there. That's just fine. And besides, with the rounds, they don't line up as good as the squares the more you have. So, like, I don't even like placing 9 rounds. So they just don't fit quite right. So, yeah, the squares are a different story. But yeah, so I'm sticking with it. And who knows, maybe down the road I'll change and go, man, can you believe for so long I used 8s? But only on the Diamond Art Club. I will not, in fact, I'm stockpiling them because, you know, it seems like every time you turn around, something is out of stock, not coming back. And yeah, although these last forever, I've never had one break, knock on wood. I know some people have had the 12 and 15s break because they are thin. They are. Oh, y'all, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to go. I think I'm going to have to stop. I think just having my arm sitting up there like that. Let me try it this way. But then see, my tray moves around. I don't know. Try to do some of these singles. It's going to be hard to multi-place, I think. And I don't want to. So, I mean, I'd rather stop and come back later. I'm gonna try to knock out some of these that are singles. Anyways, of course, I don't know how long I've been going. It's probably time for me to shut up anyways. Oh, I know, I was gonna ask y'all, did any of y'all get the Memorial Day? I mean, of course, that would be the people in the US of A. Did any of y'all get the Memorial Day? I did not. First of all, because I knew I would not be working on it for Memorial Day. And yeah, I've got plenty, so I did not. My favorite one, though, was the Marines dress blue. That was, that is a beautiful uniform, in my opinion. Not that none of the other ones aren't, but I really like those. And it was just a beautiful picture. So, beautiful picture. I also like the Air Force. Well, I mean, I like all the forces, right? All the armed forces. They're America's pride. So I love them all. Man, y'all, did y'all see that? I don't know, Max said it was a training ship, but it was from Mexico. It was their Navy, which it's like it's a sailing vessel. How could that work in the Navy? Honestly, to be real honest, I didn't even know Mexico had a Navy or any of that. So that was all news to me. But it was a sailing vessel. They were using it for training purposes. But it crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge. Thank goodness, you know, the bridge, they didn't hurt the bridge much. I mean, they did lose two, I guess, sailors, or there were two people that died. I don't know if they were all sailors. If both of them were sailors, I don't know. And some other ones in very critical condition. But at first I thought they said it was a power outage thing, but then I read this morning where I guess whoever was steering it turned too, went off course and turned incorrectly. So I don't know, but I guess I could Google what kind of Navy ships that Mexico has. But I was like, I didn't think they had sailing, like sailboat type of warships. I didn't think there were any of those since, I don't know, 200 years ago or something. So I don't know. Max said he thought it was just used for training. But I'm like, how could you train on that if it's not, a big, I don't know. I'm not real sure. Not real sure. Like I said, I didn't even know they had a Navy. I guess I didn't know that they had a military necessarily. I mean, I knew they have obviously police and stuff, but I don't guess I knew about the military. So I don't know. Did y'all hear anything about it? Y'all know anything about it? So, yeah. Very crazy. Because I was like, I said, thought it was a power outage. I was like, well, their lights were on when they went crashing, so I don't know. There were people standing there off the bridge watching it, you know, to cheer it on and stuff. Fortunately, I think they got out of the way. I think no one from there got injured. I know there was a woman, and she wasn't dressed in any uniform, so I don't know if she was press or if she was standing on that little, I don't know, overlook thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to dive in deeper. What's going on over there? Oh. I hear, I guess that's Maggie. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up, I think, this row here. Oh, so I got this new book, and now I can't remember the name of it. It's set in Amsterdam, I think, and it's like Nick Groen or Dick Groen, or I don't know. That's a funny name. I'm sure I'm not saying it right. But anyway, I'm, 83 and a quarter years old, and first thing he talks about is he hates old, doesn't like to be around old people, which was funny because my grandmother didn't either. But he was living in a nursing home, so, or in a, an old folks home. I don't think they call them nursing homes over there. And so it's like a diary that he's done, and I can see it becoming a movie. Honestly, I can. I don't know when it was written, but anyway, that's pretty good. I got it yesterday, started reading it yesterday. It's one of those things you don't, there's not like I don't think there's a plot or anything. It's just his musings of life, So, and his friend, they're always getting into trouble. Old men, man, you gotta watch out for them. You got to watch out for them. They are definitely, I don't know. They are definitely, they can be naughty. Naughty, naughty. So we had sick puppies. Did I tell you that already? No, I can't remember if I told you that already. We don't know why they are sick or why they got sick, but Snoopy threw up yesterday morning, and then sometime in the night Maggie got up and threw up, and then this morning Snoopy threw up again. So I'm not sure what's going on. I went out because they were eating stuff out in the yard, like little tiny shoots or something coming up. So I went out in the yard, and took pictures of some that I was watching Snoopy, and Snoopy was trying to eat. Of course, I made him stop, obviously, but and none of it came back as something toxic to dogs. So I don't know. There's no weed killer or pesticide. sprayed out there. So at first I was afraid someone was throwing something over our fence, or like from the church, you know, kids just, but that's not possible because you'd have to really work at it, you know. It wouldn't be easy to do because there's a lot of trees and a ditch. So yeah, you would have to, like I said, that be your sole purpose, and that wouldn't be anybody's sole purpose. So yeah. So I don't know what's wrong. Hopefully you know, I don't know. I got to clean the rugs. I cleaned up the vomit somewhat, but it sustained. So I need to get my carpet cleaner out and do a once over on it. What's crazy is we bought these particular we bought these carpets and had them turned into rugs because they were supposed to be, you know, not dog proof, but waterproof, and you know, all of this stuff. And they're not. That rug gets dirty so fast. So fast. So I don't know if they sent us the wrong thing, or I don't know. It's too late now. It's ours, but yep. It's definitely not pet friendly, I can tell you that. Even though it's advertised as pet friendly. And I'm glad. Here I go on to something else. Man, I'm just all over the place, y'all. I do not take notes. I have no idea. I mean, I have things I want to talk about. Usually I remember them after I upload the video. I'm like, oh man, I meant to say this, or tell them that, or ask this, or, you know. But, yeah. But anyway. Shoot. I think it had something to do with, oh, God. I don't know, y'all. I don't remember. I do not remember. I'm sorry. I'm such a dunderhead. I'm so sorry. Oh, okay. Well, that is going to be it for this one, because I'm just too, I'm in pain, y'all, so y'all don't want to hear me moaning and groaning like I do at night and during the day and all the time. So yeah, I'm gonna call it here, and I was hoping I could get the whole section finished, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. So that's okay though. It's not a rush, not a rush at all. But let's see if I can get you to see. So yeah, I think, yeah, so this total is about 3.5 sections this way. 3.5 columns. So, yeah, when I get through with this, I won't be quite a third of a way, but definitely a quarter. So, yeah, one way to look at it. All right, everyone. I appreciate you so much being here and listening to my ramblings. If you like the video, I sure would appreciate a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. It helps me also know if you like my content. And I don't know, I think there's a way that I can see thumbs down, but I have not found out yet. So if any of y'all know, I'd be happy to hear. And maybe I have to do it on my laptop, I don't know. Speaking of laptop, I will be going live on Wednesday, so hopefully this will get out today, and if you're watching it today, I'll be live tomorrow. But I usually go live on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Central Time. I'm here in Texas, so I'd love for you to join that. And if you're not subscribed, why not? Go ahead, subscribe. Doesn't cost a thing. And I would like to see you here next time, or in my live, or in a whip and chat, or an unboxing, or any of those things. So anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone. Bye.